Yo, what's up? We here today. We doing Ask An Afrikan. You already know what it is. It's Xolani African production. And I'm here with the brother, the good brother. Introduce yourself for the camera, please.
My name is brother Xolani Yaaba, Zolo, Brandon Lamar Skates, B Skates, Brother B. I'm gonna name all the names, just because you got an African name don't mean you doing any real work. So
I dig it. So we kick it off with there. So Brother Zolo, give me a quick background of yourself. Like describe yourself. Who is Zolo?
Born and raised in Chicago, single parent household with my mother. Grandmother helped raise me. Family deep in the church. Left it in special ed, part of the special ed struggle. I couldn't write a full paragraph till I was in 5th grade.
Wow.
Had a speech impediment, got bullied a lot in school, made it through high school, didn't want to go to college, went down to Russ College, which is a historically black college and university in Holly Springs, Mississippi. That's the hometown and birthplace of Ida B. Wells, the great journalist and warrior ancestors that put in their work on the front lines with journalism. Stayed down there for a semester, didn't like it. About 98% of the student body population was from Chicago. So came back, went to community college, then started digging into, already in high school, came into my awareness with the book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X. And I need to say this, get this point across, Malcolm X is a multiracial. If you look at his parents, the skin complexion, texture of his hair, he's a multiracial. But nonetheless, in high school in my African American history class, thank you Mr. Raven for introducing me to this work, but it was like, I didn't have my father, so this raised my awareness. So then I go on from Russ to Harold Washington College here in Chicago. Stay there for a year. I apply to go to Western Illinois University. I get in, so that's like 2008. I get in for fall 2008. I push it back. Then I stayed for another year. I try to push it back again, but my OG, being that the MG, the mother gorilla that she is, she's like, nah, bro, you gotta go, bro.
Hit the boot.
But I went down to Western Illinois University in Macomb, Illinois, 4 hours outside of Chicago. Macomb is a small town. The Walmart is like they mall.
Wow. Because you say more so you was a product of special ed, and it says a lot when we have products of special ed, but they producing books. You feel me?
Yes,
so what was that like of being funneled into special ed? Because one thing I did want to interview you because you have a master's and you are very what's the word I want to use? I can't even think it. You're a very intellectual brother, and I look at you and say in the same vein as like a person like Umar. Because he talks about what you was a product of. So speak about that. How was special ed as a young black boy, and what was that experience like? How did you get put in there?
My mother seen the issue, and my mother didn't know how to help me. Like my father wasn't there, so she put me all different type of like after school program, tutoring program. It just wasn't clicking.
Right.
So I just needed some extra help, extra support. So like on my tests, I would get extra time to finish. I always struggled with reading comprehension. I was always great at math. Like when I was in 7th and 8th grade, I was doing like junior, senior level. I was doing like sophomore level math in like 6th grade.
Wow.
So numbers, I already knew how numbers and data work. Then when I get to 9th grade, I'm doing math at like a calculus level. Like the way my mind works, I process and compute things like quickly. Even with like deciphering like the pseudo shit now.
Yeah.
Like I compute it and think differently, and what I put into my mind and my body. And then when I get to 12th grade, I'm doing like PhD level math. But the reading was always a struggle for me because they would put all the quote unquote by society standard the juvenile delinquents in special ed. I had a teacher in my world history class, one of my bros to this day. He told him my freshman year if he never came back for the rest of the quarter, Mr. Coletta was like a white man, you know what I'm saying, European. He said, if you don't come back for the rest of the quarter, I'll give you a D. And he was like, he was a street dude anyway.
Yeah.
So he was like, alright, shit, fuck it.
Passing. Right.
Shit. I'm gonna go shoot my dice, I'm gonna go run these corners and shit. So, like, it was a jungle though. Like, I break down in my book, and the book is called Blood on the Academic Auction Block. But I created a diagram. It's like I guess you could call it a theory, educational theory, academic theory. I had been talking about this way before breaking down school to prison pipeline. Yeah. But the school system and prison system is one system.
So was it your experience that helped you write the book, or like
yeah,
more so that? How was the treatment in special ed? More so with that, how did
a lot of I had a teacher, Miss Ellery, who good riddance to her, man. I hope she in the grave somewhere at this point. But she was a blonde lady, white lady, but she used to just yell at us. Like, even she used to yell at this Asian girl that was autistic. So I knew at that time I never was a troubled child, but like when you disrespected me, that's when I was quiet. So I like to, even now, I like to observe and think before I even respond to anything. Right. So I might not respond, but I might say no. So I got rolled up a lot, in trouble a lot, had a lot of parent-teacher conferences, but she told me I wasn't going to amount to anything, that I was going to be a loser my entire life. Wow. And I told her she could go fuck herself.
Word.
And I got in trouble, I got rolled up. It was a parent-teacher I had to have a parent-teacher conference with my mother and Miss Ellery. And I mean, it is what it is. As a child, you want to be respectful towards adults. Right. But I was getting that, like we was talking earlier, like how we always talk. If you give me that type of energy or that negative energy, I'm gonna give that same energy
right back at you. Right. With that, did you see racism?
At that time, I didn't know that she was a racist person, but as I got older,
you realized
and started saying, like, I didn't know racism truly exists until I got called a nigger for the first time.